Dude,
trash can.
Nothing even happened, bro. You literally were in a minor, and I might be exaggerating by calling it a minor fender bender with the U.S. Postal Service, which, by the way, their trucks have padding around them.
Okay, well, I haven't made the insurance claim yet, so maybe on camera don't call it minor.
It was
insane.
I thought
Jeff
it was
is-
minor.
Jeff was
I was
bleeding.
covered in blood.
I went
like
out
an
there. I went
hour
out there,
ago.
and Jeff was like, "Yeah, they like pushed in my my grill," and I was like, "Yeah, they did." Like it definitely was fine.
Just co-signing
No,
everything.
there's some-
100%
If
fine.
you go look at it, there's some shit like underneath it. It's,
See,
it's a little fucked up.
I'm the kind of guy, and I've done this many times, I just don't want to do stuff so bad. You could call it lazy,
That's
maybe.
depression, but
Where I'm just like, you know what? I think this is fine. I was at my friend's house, was parked in the street. They backed into my car. There was a mark.
yeah.
And they came to the door at like 10 p.m. and they were like, I'm really sorry I did this. And I went out and looked, and I was like, it's fine. I don't want to do it. What do I want to do about this?
Who cares?
I'm going to call the police right now. It's 10 p.m. I just want to go inside. You know, that's all it is.
The best way I can describe Iowa is like have you ever heard like Midwest nice or like Iowa nice? Have you ever heard of this?
Yes.
So I got into a fight one time in high school, and I like at a barn, and then I went to
At a bar
at a
or
barn,
at a barn?
Barn, BARN.
God.
Yeah, Iowa, and it was like a barn party, and then it was winter, and so we went to leave. And our cars were like stuck on ice, and the guy that I literally just hit in the face got his truck and pushed me out of. He like bailed me out of the ice. He was like, "I got you."
That really is a Midwestern
It was wild.
politeness.
Yeah.
Right
that's
there.
really nice.
Yeah.
That's a sweetheart move.
Yeah,
You must not have hit him very hard, pussy.
yeah, that was another thing. I definitely.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been able to pull you out if he was unconscious.
That's true.
Yeah.
Get your hands.
I'm not a
right.
real man.
I've never punched anybody in the face.
Really?
No?
Never.
Really?
Yeah. I've been in one fight my whole life, and it was like barely a fight. It was Jeff's fender bender of fights. It was like you could hardly call it a fight. It was spring break of 2012. I was a senior in high school, and we were in South Padre Island, which coincidentally I would return to a couple years later for rehab. And my friend left with my hat, which I'm not a hat guy. You guys haven't seen me in a hat for a reason. I look like shit in them.
Well, you spend so much time on your
Yeah, the hair.
pompadon.
To be fair, this takes like 3 minutes at the most.
What do you put in it?
It's just like this. It's called lay right. It's like a little goop. I literally blow dry it for like a minute to get it up there and get it
lost me at
dry,
blow
and
dry.
then I fucking Jeff. You don't have fucking hair, bro.
Yeah.
Get out of my convo right now, dude.
I did at one point.
It's funny
though?
in your headshot. There's like a little poof of
Yeah,
hair.
there is, dude. There is.
And I'm
I
like, where
I
is
noticed
it?
that. And it's like, and I like because you put there's like a green screen behind you too, so when you put like a
Yeah,
black
yeah.
background, it really just
Yeah.
alfalfa's
Yeah,
up.
I need new headshots.
Yeah. Well,
What
Josh
that
doesn't
is
even have a headshot.
When
so.
I
True.
like it's before I completely shaved my head, and I took those headshots like the day before a haircut. Like it was really bad.
It's like a little poof, like a little cotton candy poof on your
yeah.
head.
Well, my hairline like started like here, like 3/4 of the way to the front. So
You got the LeBron going on.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That's
So,
okay.
anyways, let's go back to the fight.
Yeah. So, Jeff, say something real quick, just into the mic.
Pee pee boo boo.
I don't know why his is so low.
It's yeah, it is pretty
fine.
low.
I'll
I
put
have
it
up
here,
on,
baby.
Oh, there you go. That just
Okay, that's good.
What do you
Um,
just do?
Put it real
So-
close to my mouth.
Yeah, there you go.
I
That's what you
yeah,
gotta do.
just right under your chin, fellas. It's easy this way.
Remember
Yeah.
Matt being like, I have herpes, and then he grabs the mic and he goes like this.
Oh, my lips touch the mic often.
I know they do.
Yeah. So, dude, if you get herpes from a mic, you deserve it. Yeah.
Dude, imagine that's how you have to explain like to your girlfriend why you have herpes.
You can't get it through a mic, right? There's no
dude,
way.
Dude, it would be so
That'd be
difficult
hilarious.
to get it through. Somebody would have to have an oozing fucking herpes on their lip to the point where when it touched, it left the liquid that's inside of a herpes sore on the mic. You would then immediately have to come up and put it directly onto your mouth from that area.
Do you have to have a crack
I
for it
think
to get
you,
in?
yeah, I think
Is
you
it like
have
an
to have
AIDS?
some sort of opening or
Yeah.
something like that would cause it. Yeah, so you can't get herpes from a mic. You can get it from a bunch of other things though.
Yeah, I bet.
You can get it. You can't get it from a mic, but you can get it from a mic.
No. All
All
right.
right. So when do we
tell the
kick
rest of my
Josh
story.
out?
Oh yeah.
When can we afford all of this equipment ourselves?
Dude.
Shut up.
To
That was a
make this-
good joke.
To make this a 2-man operation.
You can't get it from a mic, but you can get it from a mic. You know what I'm saying?
Michael!
Hey.
Let's
gonna
fuck
fucking-
him up.
Dude, kill yourself.
I will kill. I was just gonna say I'm gonna go kill myself. now.
Kill yourself.
Come on, guys.
I'm gonna finish my story.
Yeah.
It's really not that good of a story. So my friend takes my hat out for the day, Miles, and he gets trashed. Like, ends up they have like triages on the beach for when people get alcohol poisoning, which inevitably happens
Cool.
every single day, multiple times. He was one of them today, and he came back to the house without my hat, and that was my last straw for the day. I had had it with everybody's shenanigans, and I was like, "Where's my fucking hat?" And he was like, "I lost it." And I was like, "I'm tired of your fucking attitude." That's what I said. He was like, "I don't have it," and he was like trash out of his mind. I was like, "I'm tired of your fucking attitude, Miles." And all I heard was, "What?" And I looked up, and he was running at me. And he's a very slender. He's like Jack now, but at the time, very skinny. I actually posted a picture of us on my story the other day where I'm holding the Bombay bottle. I don't know if you guys saw
I saw
it.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
And so he comes at me, and I just kind of toss him like into these double doors, and they like buckle and like break the door a little bit. He falls to the ground. As this happens, my other friend Michael, whose dad just passed away, it doesn't add to the story at all, but it happened yesterday, comes up and wraps me up to like pull me off of him. Not like I was attacking him, but he's got my arms wrapped up, and so Miles hops up and just gives me one right to the face, and I can't defend myself at all. And then I shoo Michael off, and then I'm gonna hit him, and he's like, "Yeah, you gonna fucking hit me?" And I immediately just turn into the biggest bitch, and I just like, "No, you're my fucking best friend, bro. I'm not gonna hit you." And he's like, "You're my fucking best friend." And I was like, "I love you, bro." And then we took a nap together in the same bed, and that was that's the only fight I've ever been in.
I got punched in the face on the bus. My car was fucking car troubles all the goddamn time.
Wait, on when you said the bus,
I thought you were thinking like middle school.
You meant like in school.
The school bus. The school bus. I was a senior in high school, but my car was like having issues or some shit.
You
so I had to
any other
ride.
friends who could take you?
No, because I lived really far from my school.
Okay, all right.
Like all my friends were just like, "No, bro, like we're not going in that direction." So I got on the bus, and then I don't remember what happened, but like some dorky kid said something, and I really laughed really hard at it. And he like just freaked out. Like I've never met this kid before, and he just like
he rode the bus, of course.
but he was like, I thought he was like a freshman, so he was just like, "I'm so sick of people giving me shit," and he turned around and socked me in the face.
Bro, you're lucky this was when it was and not now. The motherfucker would have shot you.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of people bullying me.
But he turned around and stuck me in the face, and I was like, "I'm legally an adult. You're not, and you punch like a girl, so I'm gonna let that go."
That's actually.
And then I saw him like 7 years later at a bar, and I was like, "Yo," and he was like, "Hey," and I was like, "My drinks are on you, huh?" And he was like, "Yeah." And then he just bought me drinks the whole night.
7 years later, you cashed in on like a pussy punch on the school bus.
Yeah,
dude, that's a come up.
That's
That's-
it was pretty sick actually.
It's like that
That's
Pop
amazing.
Smoke video.
I was with my lady at the time, so I was like, "Yeah, that kid punched me in the face when I thought he was a minor, so he's terrified of me." Which is like, think about how small that kid is.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, dude. Is like he must not have grown into it, because like there are situations where a senior could like that same thing could have happened a senior to freshman, and that freshman could be fucking 6'5" and 250 pounds now.
I was about the same size I am now, and he was a good 5'5", $120.
And
Wait,
you got that
how
chutzpah
tall are
about you.
How tall are you, Jeff?
5'6" and 130. I don't know how tall you
are
are.
you? Like 5'8"?
5'5" on my driver's license says 5'9", but I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no gauge of how tall people are. I have a very hard time with it, and it's not because it's like, "Oh, you're so tall, you can't." It's not even that. I'll see somebody and I'll be like, "That dude's fucking huge," and they're like, "You're way taller than that guy," And sometimes I'm like, yeah, me and, he's like, whatever. And they're like, he's 5 foot flat. I have no.
The way I look at it is if like you're within like 3 inches of me, I'm like, you're a normal height person.
Yeah.
But if you're like if you're like more than 3 inches shorter than me, or if you're like over 6 inches taller than me, I'm like, you're tiny or huge.
You're kind of at that height though, like 5'8", 5'9". Like if you have to look up to see somebody, they're probably well over 6 foot. But if you're looking down at somebody, they're short as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm used to looking down at everybody, both physically and metaphorically, and I just have no gauge. Also, I just realized something. Usually, most of this podcast is me just looking at Jeff.
I noticed that when I was watching the video. I was
just forget that there's a moment where Josh said something in one of the last clips, and I look at you.
Yeah, I did. I saw that too, and I was like, "Ouch!"
It just is more natural than me being like this. I don't know. Maybe we can.
Well, it's weird to try to talk to
you
as
can
the
just
middle
fix
guy.
it in post and like put googly eyes on.
Yeah, I'm just like staring at Josh's
just
cock.
like just like white circles that have like the black dots that float around.
It's me looking at. It's funny. People have asked me if we wear shorts on purpose, and
we do.
Yes.
We do.
Yes.
We have tattoos. The profession that we're in, you're not allowed to wear shorts.
Yeah.
You kind of, and I'm like, dude, I spend like hard-earned money on these.
Yeah.
They're bad, but like, I mean, yours are fine, but like, I mean, whatever.
Mine are RuneScape
my
tattoos,
leg,
dude.
yeah, you have RuneScape tattoos. My leg looks like a fucking desk in detention. So
it's cool. That's the style, though.
It's the
not,
style.
It is the sleeve style.
You went for your tattoos remind me of what I imagine the kid that punched Jeff in the face looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's a very good observation.
The last time I've already told this story to you fellas, but I'll tell it on the podcast now. The last time I got punched in the face was at after an open mic when the guy.
I don't feel like I remember this.
It was like the first night I met you. I told you guys the story.
Oh yeah, no, I don't remember anything from that.
So I
remember the story. Better friend.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, you guys.
And you actually look at me during the.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
No, so
I got
did you say we aren't friends?
I said I got friends.
I thought you said we aren't friends. I was like,
I'm not like, no, I have other people.
So I went to this open mic and I was doing a shot, and this is like 4 or 5 people up total. Like at the open mic, there's nobody there, and then there's like 3 girls that are sitting in the front with one of them has their husband and she's drunk, and I was like, I don't know. I called her. I was trying to do crowd work. She kept heckling me, and so then I was 2 months into stand up, so I was just like, shut up, bitch. And
Classic.
Yeah, go-to.
Classic witty response.
Yeah.
Shut up, bitch.
Shut up, bitch. And then I leave the open mic, and I go and I'm filling up gas at the gas station, and her husband swings the door open and just absolutely beats the shit out of me. Like, he hits me in the face like 5 or 6 times before I even know what's going on. And then I was buckled into my seatbelt still. And so then, like, I finally undo my seatbelt, and then I get up out of the car, and then by then he just pushes me back down and then just walks away. And I was like, what the fuck, dude?
You know, it's funny because, like, the kind of guy who would do that for you calling his wife a bitch definitely hits her. You know? That's...
I'm the only one that gets to call her a bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
I told you to lose weight. I'm tired of having a fight, guys, because you won't lose weight.
I thought I told you to shut your fucking mouth. I'm tired of having punch little gingers in the face because you won't shut the fuck up after 3 Lone Stars. I don't know where you are. I guess Iowa. Do they drink Lone Stars?
I don't even. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they do. They don't. Iowa's not even really a real.
You can't put the goddamn Twinkies down, and I gotta fight another Ron Weasley looking motherfucker.
Have you ever gotten in trouble at like an open mic or a show? Like, what's the worst?
No, I've had like unfunny comics tell me like you shouldn't joke about that.
Yeah,
but, like I've
that
never
happens. Yeah.
Somebody commented on the video where you were like the last podcast when we did the story about me getting my hand pooped on, and you were like, that should end in domestic violence. What are you talking about? That line? Somebody commented, let me guess, the bald guy's single. And I was like,
no.
He's actually the only married one, so
he's actually the one in the most relationship.
Yeah, it was funny because he was just like trying to be like, oh, this guy probably doesn't.
This guy can't get pussy.
If
he thinks domestic violence is funny.
He made a joke.
Well, guess what? I do get pussy, and I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe the funniest thing in the world.
You're just addressing this guy who.
Yeah, he's not gonna even see that either.
Odds are we'll
Hey,
never.
Noob Slayer 69. This part of the podcast is specifically for you. I think the whimper of women as you strike them is hilarious.
All right. Okay.
I think
Here we
it's
go.
funny, bro.
Jeff,
Don't listen to us.
Jeff's
Reel
mad.
it in.
A male lady hit him earlier. He's very upset at women right now.
A male lady.
Not a male.
Not a male.
A lady who delivers mail, not a male lady. We respect our
Female
trans.
postal worker.
A female postal worker, also a POC, just for the record.
Right.
Hit him earlier. He's very riled up.
Not because she's a woman or because she's a POC, but because of the accident.
Well, the argument
It
could be
didn't
made.
help.
The POC thing, I'll push to the side. That doesn't matter. But, I mean, is it a coincidence that a woman drove into Jeff's car?
Dude,
You tell me.
It's a metaphor.
reversed into me.
Also, I don't even understand how that happened because, the way I understand it is you were behind her while she's delivering mail, which you do out of the right side of the car.
Yeah.
And you drive down the road and you put mail in the mailboxes. So she's going down it. You're waiting to pull in because she's at the house right before me.
Yep.
You're waiting for her to go so you can pull in behind her. What happened where she delivered the mail and was like, you know what I need to do? Put this in
Reverse.
fucking reverse, dude, and then just slammed into you.
I don't know. She got out and she was like, "You ain't see me?" I was like, "I was in park."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Yeah, I hit you." I was like,
You
"Yeah."
ain't see me?
Bro,
She
was
got out
trying.
so hot. She was like, "You ain't see me?" I was like, "I'm parked." And she was like, "Yeah, I did reverse. Actually, now that I think about it, this is on me." And
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, it is.
Where
Call
is
your supervisor.
Where
Call
is
the
she-
postmaster general on
Is
this."
that might be who showed up?
in the Lexus?
Maybe
The
not the
Chrysler
Lexus. I was thinking the
300.
Chrysler 300.
Yeah, I saw the Chrysler.
No,
Fat boy in the
Rick
Chrysler.
Ross
That
was,
was a big boy.
yeah.
He was like 6'4".
He was not the postmaster general. He had to be some sort of upper.
He was like her supervisor, but I think the postmaster general was the very formally dressed woman in a very new
very
Lexus.
nice Lexus. Yeah.
Wait, that's an actual title?
Yeah, postmaster general.
Postmaster
was-
General? That
yeah.
sounds like some credential you would put on like, I don't even
Sounds
know.
like a cereal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a cereal box character.
It sounds like a character from like a medieval movie. Like,
Or RuneScape.
or
or
RuneScape.
RuneScape. Yeah.
Postmaster General. The
No, go.
no, we're not.
go.
You're like, no, go ahead and
fucking
riff a
Riff
little,
off
Josh.
of your dorky hobby.
fucking
Fucking
idiot.
loser.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, do some
You're
references to
you're the
RuneScape.
second comic who is super into RuneScape, and I remember talking to the first one. We shall not name names, but I remember being like, "Oh yeah, I love games. Like I play games all the time." And he was like, "I play RuneScape," and I was like, "Not fucking those.
Not.
Not,
no,
yeah, you're
not
like, no,
that
I don't
one.
play those games.
No, I get pussy.
Definitely not that one."
It's fine. You know, I used to hide the fact. I used to play World of Warcraft when I was in high school, and my biggest fear was somebody finding out that I played World of Warcraft. Like, I remember multiple
I mean,
times.
it should be.
Yeah, I remember multiple
Mhm.
times my friends would
Mhm.
stop by just randomly, and I would turn my entire computer off and be like, I was watching porn. Like, you can't.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
I was watching gay porn.
Yeah, it's easier.
Huh.
Yeah, it's
That's
wild.
actually really funny.
The
That
first
could be a
time I
bit.
brought a girl to my house, like my parents were like gone for the weekend, and this girl at school was
Yeah.
like, "I'm
Hell
gonna
yeah.
come over," and I'm like, "Yeah, you are." And then when she came over, I was like, "Let's like do it on the couch," because I have like a light up gaming keyboard, the mouse, the whole thing, like.
And that
and I
was
forgot to change my wallpaper. My wallpaper was definitely like Halo 3.
yeah.
Like I was like,
Your
And-
face photoshopped on Master Chief.
and that was back in a time when now a lot of people have gaming monitors and light up
Mhm.
keyboards. That was back when that was not cool at all.
oh, I was ahead of the curve, baby.
That was when you would have that and people would be like, "You're gay," and
Yeah.
they were right.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
oh,
like-
they were spot on.
Yeah, like now you can't do that because it's like, well, yeah, I trade Bitcoin during the day. I play Halo at night. I'm worth $3 billion. And you're like,
Yeah.
okay, I can't even argue with it. You have a pink light up keyboard, but you know you're doing better than me. So,
Now kids get like scholarships to like
Yeah.
play Counter-Strike
dude, that's the whole
D1 schools.
the whole esport thing.
It's wild.
I just don't. I guess I get it, but it doesn't make sense. It's one of those things that makes me feel old. I'm like, kids are going to college for gaming now.
What's the
Well,
deal?
makes
what's
you-
the deal
It
with
makes me
that?
feel old, but it also makes me feel like fuck if I was born like 10 years later.
Yeah, because you're a Slayer at Halo, right? That's
Mhm.
crazy. I play Halo every once in a while, and I'm bad at it. Bad. I was playing one game, and I realized I was doing really good, and then I realized there was only one other person in the match with me.
Ooh, yeah.
And he must have been really bad because he was bad enough to also realize that there was only one
were just
other
playing a
person.
dog.
Yeah. I'm just playing some dog chewing on a mouse somewhere. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, noob.
Talking shit.
How long ago, like, did you play, like, back in, like, the 360 days, like the Halo 2 days?
I played Halo 1, 2, and 3, like, campaign. But I was young then. I played. I mean, you were too. But like, I didn't do the whole multiplayer Xbox Live thing. Like, I played Halo 1. I played like the campaign, and then like me and my brother, like me and if I had friends over, we'd do like the local multiplayer where you're just playing in split screen against somebody else that's right next to you.
Pre-party chat, Xbox Live, before you could like have like party chats. You had to speak in whoever was in the lobby with you. What a nightmare.
Dude,
oh, yeah.
I never experienced
It's
that.
crazy that the generation who came up after me is like the PC woke generation, because it's like, dude, when we were 15 and you had to talk to whoever the game matched you with.
Yeah.
Man, the slurs that flew, boy.
I can only imagine. Like, people talk about that all the time. And, like, I already, like, just playing, like Call of Duty now, you hear it all the time.
All the time.
Have you seen the guy who joins a random party and goes BLM, and he has a timer for how quickly somebody says the N-word?
Yeah,
and
it's
literally
dude,
like,
that's crazy.
usually less than 1 second.
Yeah,
like, it's insane.
Milliseconds.
It's wild, dude.
that's-
I've had people call me that.
Yeah.
Online. I'll
I've
get like an
been called-
inbox thing, and I'm looking, and they're just calling me slurs on Xbox Live. I'm like, what?
It's been called N-word, F-word, like a conjunction.
Yes.
Like it's two words you can combine.
Yeah.
I'm a straight white guy.
I mean, I
That
guess
was
you
cool.
could combine any two slurs, make a new one.
I don't know. Let's try it out.
No. Okay.
I was trying to think of how would that even be.
I was trying to think if there was one that I could say that I would actually be able to get away with. But I
Honky.
don't think that there is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Does it use disposable batteries? What kind of rinky-dink operation are we running out of here?
Listen, man.
We're a
I don't
lithium
know. We're
podcast
we're
only.
literally adjusting the
Now I'm
lights in the middle of the
definitely-
podcast.
Now I'm definitely in the dark. How dark am I right now?
Well, it's getting dark because Jeff spent 2 hours dealing with the U.S. Postal Service.
Yeah. There we go.
You better get paid. You look insanely bright. How's Jeff look?
Jeff looks fine.
Jeff's totally in the dark.
Jeff looks fine.
Jeff literally is just
Am I
like
dark
sitting
en-
in a dark corner.
Am I dark enough to approach this slur conversation
No, Jeff.
with a new light?
Hey,
I'm
go
not doing
and
this with you.
pull the side out.
You've been watching too much Shane Gillis.
We're gonna.
That's what it is,
That,
dude.
yeah, pull that down.
I listened to a bunch of podcasts that he was on. I love Shane. I think he's hilarious. You know
Yeah,
this.
he's very funny.
I like how I'm prefacing that as if he might see this, just in case he thinks I'm talking
He
shit. I'm like,
definitely
for
will.
the record, I love Shane, just in case he's watching.
I promise.
And I know
you'd be
you
like,
are.
Who?
Yeah. And but I like he did that string of podcasts all in LA before his special came out, and I've been listening to those when I drive Lyft, and boy do I have to turn it off all the time.
Oh yeah.
Because
oh, for
he'll get a couple Bud Lights in him, and he's just saying shit, and I'm like, yep, can't have that on. Let's turn on classical rock. Like I cannot.
Are you do you let people pick their music when you're in there?
Fuck no.
No?
If you're over 45 and white, you're getting the classical rock best hits of classical rock on Apple Music. It's a playlist they already have. If you're around my age, you're listening to my podcast that I'm listening to, or whatever music I'm listening to.
You should just turn this podcast on.
Yeah.
And if you hear him chuckle, he'd be like,
Yeah, really?
I
Funny you should
I
laugh.
actually have a business card for you. Here you go. Just scan that QR code. Don't look at the back. It's silly how serious I look in that headshot.
yeah, it's wild.
Shut up, dude. My career is going fine, bro.
How quickly that just changed. That was hilarious.
I'm like,
I'm
yeah, I look
agreeing
dumb.
with
He's
you.
like, yeah, and I'm like, fuck you.
How dare you, dude?
Yeah, it does. I do agree with your statement, motherfucker.
Fuck you.
Who the
No.
fuck do you think you?
Well, that's like the thing. That's like what we all do. It's like anytime I'm like, yeah, I think my spirit joke is hacky, and then I'm like, like just like hoping people will be like, no, it's so good. I'm like, okay. It's like, no, my headshot looks dumb. You're like, no, you look handsome. I'm like, thanks,
Yeah.
Jeff.
It's like when you get. It's like when
Stop.
you get off and someone's like, "That was really good," and you're like, "Yeah, you know."
Yeah.
in your head,
right.
you're like, "Thank you so much. Thank you so much."
Yeah,
yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
thanks. And in your head, you want to be like, yeah, I know, or
Yeah.
whatever, you know.
You give them
Or when you
knocks.
bomb
Thank
and
God
you're,
I showed up.
or it's like
Yeah.
a rough set. This happened to me earlier this week. Bad room, 6 people in there, 8
Oof.
comics on the show.
Yikes.
I go up there just riffing. I'm like, I'm just gonna do whatever comes to my head. Like I was saying, stiff, like 0 laughs from anybody. But then I started to get some steam. I did some of my new material, and it was making the crowd members legitimately laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And then afterwards, one of the comics, and I ended my last joke bombed, like full bombed. Overall, though, for 15 minutes for 6 people, I felt like I did okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get off, and like the first comic I see was like, rough room tonight, you know, you did what you could. And I was just like, tell me I did good, dude. Whatever, man. I think I did fine. And then like it was like, you know, one of them was like, everybody bombed tonight. I was like, speak for yourself, bitch. I didn't bomb. But then in reality, I've listened to the recording. It was bad. It was not good.
Yeah, you never want to admit it. When
It
you're
was
like with
not good. Well, you know, you just want to think you're special.
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure, yeah.
you want to be like, I know everybody else who's pretty good comics have bombed for these 6 people, but I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna light this room
Yeah.
up.
I'm gonna
And
be
then
the-
I do one joke that is pure material that is actually making the entire room laugh, and I'm like, I'm basically the greatest comic that's ever lived. And then I do another joke at the end that just full start to finish does not make anybody laugh, and I'm like, yeah, I might kill myself.
Dude, I fucking ate one at Nadim's show.
Yeah, dude, I knew you would. It's funny, Nadim hit me up and was like, I'm thinking about getting Jeff on. And obviously, I'm never going to be like, that crowd's not for him. The crowd wasn't even, I featured there one night and I did like 18 minutes.
He
and
didn't
it was,
do well either.
and nobody does. It's like really old people. Like I knew it. But I was like, fuck yeah, let Jeff bomb for these old Boca Jews, you
Oh,
know?
man. They hated me.
When was
Yeah, of
this?
course they did. I knew
2 weeks ago?
even more so. Like that's just not your crowd, dog.
Dude,
That's-
Boca is a wild place
Dude,
to do
I've
stand up.
never done well. I did Black Box, and it was like okay,
Yeah.
but like I was giving it my all, and I was still like it was pulling blood from a stone.
I got one
Yeah.
of the most direct. I don't know how she was just the very concise heckle I've ever had in my life. She was like, "You're no longer being funny," in the middle of my set, and I was like, "All right."
I love that. That's so direct.
It was just like there was just so.
It's like one of those things when you're just like you say something to the crowd and they're like, "Tell a joke."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
"I'll fucking murder you." I did that. I did that
Dude,
one night at Bull Bar.
At
I said that to a guy. I was like, "Fuck, this fucking sucks." And a just trash guy who, you know, you take inventory of the crowd. He was not
Of
paying
course.
attention at all, and he was so drunk. And he was like, "Tell a joke." And I was like, "What did you say?" And he was like, "Tell a joke." And I was like, "I'll fucking kill you." I was like, "Drive home." Like that's what dude, I love telling drunk people I hope they drive home.
yeah, it's a good one.
It's
good-
not
yeah,
good.
that's a
It
good-
doesn't feel good, but it does feel good.
No, that's
I did. What the fuck is that place that Brett has?
Jesse's Extreme.
Nightmare.
Yeah.
Nightmare of a
I've
room.
heard.
Dude, everybody in there is trashed.
Yeah.
The table at the front is like a work retreat. So it's like a Friday night. People got off work. And like when I got there, Brett's like, hey, the table up front has been, show starts at 9. He's like, they've been ordering shots since 6. And it was dude, that was not 15 minutes of comedy. That was 15 minutes of me in a fight. Like
Yeah.
a verbal altercation.
Yeah.
And the bartender was like, just get to a joke. And I saw Brett go up to her and be like, you understand that like they're not letting him.
Yeah.
He'll get 2 words in and they'll say something like he just has to fight for 15 minutes. And that's what I did. I told an old man, I was like, well, if you didn't have such fucking shitty dementia, you'd remember that I've butt fucked you before. Like, just it was wild.
Just wild.
Dude, I love
wild.
dude, but there's something cathartic about those nights when you get to just be like, you know what?
Fuck it.
Fuck you, dude. It was
Yeah.
like that night. I've told you guys this experience before, but were you guys there when I freaked out on Freddie at the coop?
Yeah, that was the funniest thing.
Bro, I lost it
He
on
started
Freddie.
dribbling
'Cause
down his leg.
Freddie was doing that thing that comics do, and I'm guilty of, where you haven't gone up yet and you're feeling antsy, so you're chirping during people's sets.
Oh,
You're
like
saying
mine on
something,
Wednesday?
kind of like trying to get what?
When I said something about, like, you can't sexually assault your wife.
You were really going in, and you were reaching the line, and I was like, all right.
I could hear you from the back of the room, like, you got the laugh.
Yeah,
Move
I was
on.
like, come on. That was more of a friendly thing, but Freddie was doing it for like. I was looking out for you, you know.
That was
But-
more of a let's not him getting you in trouble.
Yeah,
tonight.
so I'm like, we have a podcast together. I don't want anybody to be secretly recording this. But like Freddie was doing that thing where he was just like chirping and chirping and chirping, and I have ADHD. It's hard for me to focus on stage. It was already a shit night for the open mic, and like I'm just like not. And I told him, I was like, if you talk during my set, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And I've said that to people. I say that to people all the time. Me and Tony Dark, it's like a thing. Because he'll do that, to be fair. Tony
Dude, he'll book you and pay you and then walk
go
through
into the crowd.
Yes.
And I tell him, I'm like, if you talk during my set, I'll fucking kill you, Tony. It's become a joke, but he shuts the fuck up. But I told that to Freddie, and then I get up there and I'm like towards the end of my set, and he says something. And I just snap. I was like, Freddie, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Freddie. I was like, I swear to God, I know you're doing that thing where you haven't gotten up yet and you're trying to be funny. You're saying shit. You're bombing and you're not even on stage, Freddie. Shut the fuck up. I will beat the living shit out of you, Freddie. I will beat the shit out of you. And I was like, Jeff, how long do I have? And he was like, a minute. And I was like, for 1 minute, for the rest of my set, I will beat the living shit out of you on the stage, Freddie. Shut the fuck up.
You're getting real emotional right now.
And then I was just like,
not
all
there
right,
for
good
that.
night.
Yeah, no, I was going to say it was the funniest thing because the way you left was exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
After doing that, he just sat there and he was like, grabbed the mic stand. All right, good night.
Yeah,
Slammed it, and I was like,
so
Jesus
good.
Christ.
Damn, where was I?
So good.
It
felt so good.
It was
Freddie's fine. I like Freddie. I mean, bullshit with Freddie.
It was
like,
so.
But it was just one of those moments where I was just like,
And then
that
you
was
went up to him. I
cathartic.
remember you went right off stage. You walked by him, and then you went to the bathroom, and you came back, and you're like, all right, Freddie, come here, give me a hug.
Yeah.
You're like,
And he gave me
I'm over
the
it.
most pissed off hug where he was like, didn't feel like he was enough of a man to like not give me a hug. But
Yeah.
But he like gave me a hug.
Well, it's like, what's he
and
gonna do?
I was like, I'm sorry.
I would hate to be in a position with that, like where it's like, well, I can't do anything, so I'm just gonna have to give this guy a hug.
It's funny. I've told Freddie I'm
Yeah.
sorry for that moment so many times, but I retell that story with so much vigor every time I tell
You
it.
really
well,
do.
yeah, you can
Over
tell
and
the
over.
passion.
I love
behind
to
it.
relive that
'Cause
situation.
Because I've been in that room 1,000 times, and I wasn't there that night. But the way you told it, I'm like, oh yeah, I can picture this.
Yeah. He was like standing in the back. It was great.
It's weird. Comedy drama is so fucking lame sometimes. I remember
All the time.
I had a guy grab me by my collar and pin me up against a wall because in his set he was trying a new joke out, and he told me he did the joke, and then he asked me what I thought about it, and I was like, it was really funny, whatever. But he said the word dust like 6 times. And I was like, maybe just like a different word for dust instead. He said it a couple times. He grabbed me by my fucking collar and pinned me to the wall. He's like, I fucking said it twice. And I was like, all right, I guess I was like, okay,
Whoa.
dude.
All right. See, you have stories like this of people, and like, I mean, I think people down here are
it's the
crazy,
way you look.
I could beat
You're
the
a
shit out of him,
stupid
dude.
fucking ginger, bro.
You just have a look where it's like, I could manhandle this goober and he won't do anything about it.
Here's the thing, though.
You don't look small,
You're
they
secretly
couldn't.
thick. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
I
pretty
fucking-
thick.
dude. I work out all
but
the
you
time.
do
Not
have
that
like
that
a
matters, but-
goober look to you.
I have
Yeah.
it's my face. I have an androgynous face.
Yeah.
I look like a lesbian for sure.
It
You
is
said
funny
that. And it was
though.
accurate.
Yeah, you do. It is funny though to be like, you have any advice, and then somebody gives it to you, and you immediately resort to violence.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
Like for that to be how quick you are to snap.
He was
Dude,
also
people are
very drunk,
unstable.
I remember I used to. So we have like a flight suit. Like when you're in your tanks, they give you like this little get up.
Okay,
and
so this is a military
story. Yeah. So I'm in my
We
little.
went from comedy to be like, so at my
Yeah.
last open mic, we had a flight suit that you wear on stage.
So I have like this thing. It's like a flight suit, And these guys from across the a distance, like the guys that we were with, they legit saw me and they thought I was a woman. They were like, I didn't know that you guys have females in your job, because they saw my ass and my face, and they were like, that's a girl for sure.
Like a good trans woman.
I would, dude.
I'm gonna be honest. If I was in Iraq for a long tour, and I hadn't seen a woman in a while, old Josh Francis is gonna get it.
But really though,
They looked at you like in a cartoon when they haven't eaten in a while, and like the person turns into like a cooked turkey.
Yeah. Well, especially with my ass, bro. Like you
that
How
thing's
long
juicy.
do you think it would take if you guys were in prison? I know you've already done the military thing, but you're also young. It's different. I mean, prison, where like there are no women around at all. How long do you think it would
several hours.
take for you to to go gay? Several hours.
I don't think mine would be voluntary though. Like I would.
Yeah, you're getting raped.
Yeah, I'm getting like. Yeah.
If people are grabbing you by the collar at open mics, you're getting raped.
Yeah, for sure.
Here's the thing about me. If I knew I was going to prison, I would shave my head. You can't be in prison with this hair.
It's true.
My
You're too pretty
my mouth
for.
is gonna get fucked.
The pretty hair does not do well there.
Mm-hmm.
I have tattoos. Most of them are fine. None of them are racial, but there are, enough tattoos. I could roll up a leg sleeve of my jumpsuit. I feel like maybe due to my size, I could fuck a couple dudes. Like I don't think I need to get fucked.
I feel like I would roll in, and they would immediately be like, "We know what clique you belong to."
Yeah, they're like, put him in subblock A. We know where he's going.
Prison is like a nightmare for me. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but it's just like I feel like it's crazy. That,
I'm gonna go with the rape.
Yeah. The concept of prison is just wild, though. Just imagine how bored you get, like, on a day where there's, like, no mics or, like, no shows.
Dude, Jeff earlier when he was dealing with the fucking mail thing, he was sitting in his car, and I was like, how you doing? He was like, well, I ran out of data, so I can't go on my phone. And I was like, holy shit. Imagine being in fucking prison.
For
hey, no data
a
there.
year, dude. Yeah, no data.
Sorry.
No, not according to the TikTok lives I see.
That's
from
true.
Dude, I know. These jailers they're cooking up like stir fry on live from prison. Prison doesn't look that bad.
Dude, I've seen pictures of like dudes with like plasmas and like Xboxes.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of looks lit, actually.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds pretty nice. What do I have to do?
But if the other dudes around you don't have those things, they're going to take it from you if you're
That's
not the
true.
biggest
And you
dude.
know what? I've never seen any pictures of guys from the gang that I think I would have to join with those things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, they just kind of.
It's always the other guys.
Yeah.
A gang that I would join against my will, but it's like your joke. It's like
Yeah,
it
they
is.
have to.
It's unfortunate when you're white. If you go to prison and you go to one of those prisons, there's only one gang for you to join.
Yeah, you got to join the Aryan Brotherhood.
Yeah,
You gotta be
and
a
I don't
Nazi,
want to
dude.
do that.
No, fuck
I
no.
love people of color.
Yeah,
But
that's the thing. Like, it's not even like Jews join the Aryan Brotherhood.
That's wild, and they hate the Jews. Aryan
Yeah,
Brotherhood.
but it's just a skin color thing. Like in prison, you stay with your own. Like if you're Mexican, you hang out with the Mexicans. Period.
yeah.
Like if
It's
you're
like a primal thing.
if you're white, it doesn't matter what flavor white you are.
Have you seen Shot Collar, that movie on Netflix? Well, it shows a guy who goes to prison for like tax evasion. No, wait, no, he goes to prison because he was drunk driving. He gets into a car accident and he kills his friend. And then he has to go to like a federal prison, like max prison, and he maximum security, and then he becomes like this huge Aryan Brotherhood who's there for a non-violent crime, and then he does like 25 years, and it goes from him being a stockbroker to him like murdering dudes with a razor blade, and it's like based on a true story.
That shit definitely happens. It's wild. I used to when I was like addicted to drugs. I mean, you guys have seen pictures. Like I was like just like this scrawny like Justin Bieber haircut kid. And I could never sleep. I was always up, and I would just sit in my apartment on this like couch that was like with burn holes in it, and I would watch Locked Up on the weekends. They always had Locked Up on in like the middle of the night, and I would just watch it and just freak out. I would just be like, this is going to be my life. This is going to be it one day. I can't handle any of the shit they're showing in here. I would watch 60 Days In where normal people choose to go into jail and survive. And I'd be like, these people are doing okay. Maybe I can handle it. I'm like fucking freaking out. But that's where I was first like.
And the rational side of your brain's like, you could just kick heroin and this wouldn't be an issue. And you're like, well, I'm not going to do that.
Hey.
Whoa.
Everybody fucking relax here. I'm going to get off heroin? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, right.
No. Yeah, that's the weird thing. It's not that it's not that you don't want to. It's just that you're like, oh, I tried for those couple hours, and it was pretty shitty. You know?
Yeah.
Do you actually? So did you withdraw then, right?
Yeah.
How was
I
that?
withdrawn multiple times.
What is that? Do you hallucinate and shit, right?
I never hallucinated. I just got like sick. You just get kind of like flu-like symptoms. You get the shits. Your stomach hurts. You get sweaty. You know, it feels like a flu. Yeah.
How long does that last?
Depends how much you were using, how often you were using. It can be like, I've had times where I felt like that for like a day, and then there's times where it's like way longer. It's like 3-4 days until it's like just really out of your system. I never really. There are some people who detox like often, like all the time, and like really bad. I wasn't really that. My drug use was very odd. It was very weird. There were times where I would use for a couple days and then not, and then a couple days and then not. And then there were times where I was on it like every day for like a couple months. It was just weird. But withdrawal is not fun. That's for sure.
I don't know. I think I'll still try it.
I mean, dude, if you think you can try heroin once for fun, do it. Not out here because it's all fentanyl. In Oklahoma, it's tar, and there's still fentanyl in that, but not as often.
Yeah.
And it's gross. It smells like vinegar, and it looks legit like tar.
That's cool.
But yeah.
Does it have? Okay, this is something I've never even thought about. Did you ever smoke? Can you
Oh,
smoke?
yeah.
So you tinfoil it? Is that
Ooh,
what
I
you,
loved
what do you-
smoking heroin.
How do you do it? So
And
you,
pills.
so you
Yeah.
s-
Ooh, you see how
Put it on
excited
the,
I'm getting?
Put it on the tinfoil.
you put it
I
on
feel
the
like I'm
tinfoil and then you
salivating.
put it on like a fucking pipe or
No. You just get tinfoil.
Uh-huh.
You put that on top, and then you light underneath it, and it just bubbles, and you just roll up a $1 bill or get a straw or something.
And
Just
you, okay. What is
You
it? Does it
you
taste
never
like
saw
shit?
how Christopher Moltisanti smoked heroin?
Oh, that's true. Yep, I have seen
I don't know what
The
that is.
Sopranos.
Oh no, I never watched this.
Does it taste bad then?
Oh, you're on heroin again.
I'm gonna fucking plug your nose while you
oh.
get into a car accident.
Oh, gabagool.
Jeff, I like how Jeff just doesn't give a fuck about angles at all. He's just like melted into the couch,
Yeah,
and he's like, "Yeah, these people can look at my double chin for the entire podcast. I don't give a fuck."
Hence, this is why this is grown out.
Yeah, that's good. But to answer your question, you learn. It's one of those things you learn to love the taste of it. But like pills taste kind of chemically, but also a little like marshmallowy, which is kind of nice. And then heroin, you can taste like it's like usually cut with vinegar because of the acidity in some process, so it smells like vinegar and it kind of tastes like that, and you get that like vinegary taste in your mouth,
I've heard
which then makes you
crack
kind of salivate.
tastes really good.
I've never done crack.
I've heard it tastes.
I
Very
wish
good.
I had, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So you can have that under the belt.
If an asteroid is coming to Earth, we're all dead. There's nothing we can do about
Yeah.
it. You doing it again?
That's a great question. I've thought about that. I don't know if I would. I value. It's like there's a part of me that's like, fuck yeah, dude, go out, just like fucking like. But then there's a part of me that just like values what I have so much. Like I enjoy life better. Like if I like in Don't Look Up, where they know it's coming.
Yeah.
And it's like a couple
God,
days.
that movie sucked.
I don't want the last couple days for me to be like with my family or the people that I care about to be like me at my worst. You know what I mean?
We only have 1 hour before the asteroid. And he's nodding off, throwing
just
up.
like,
Oh, Matt's swallowing his own throw up again.
I do think, though, in an apocalyptic situation like a zombie invasion or something that
You got to be alert.
I don't have the fortitude to live through a zombie like a Walking Dead situation where
No.
it's like we have to survive this and then we have to rebuild.
Dude,
no.
I fucking hate anybody who thinks that would be cool.
No.
Anytime someone's like, dude, I'd be so sick just like blowing zombies' heads off, it's like, you'd die.
Yeah,
Your
everybody
family
would die.
is dead.
Everybody's dead, dude.
Everybody you love is dead. You think that's worth
You'd
it?
have to look at a reanimated corpse with the face of your mother and put a bullet in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then fuck the bot. No.
No. Yeah, I think people like that are dumb. But if that was the situation, I don't think I would survive. I don't think I have what it takes to rebuild society. I think I'd probably rob a fucking pharmacy and just get high as fuck. Especially if like I knew, like my family's in Oklahoma. So if say if there was some wave of something, I can't get in touch with them. I don't know if they're alive or dead. I'm not trekking across the country to Oklahoma to be like, are you guys alive? Like I'm gonna just fucking.
I'm gonna do heroin.
I'm gonna fucking do. Yeah, I'm gonna do drugs.
In
I'm gonna
Florida,
do
we
hard
would be
drugs.
We would be fucked. If
It's
something
very
happened,
funny
dude.
that like we could if like we know his Wi-Fi password now, we could just like cut a video and like put it on his computer of like asteroid coming to Earth in 30 minutes.
It's like, it's like, yeah,
And
finally.
then think of all the spots that are opening up for us, baby.
Yeah. Whatever, bro. I could.
You're looking at the
whatever.
new Dania Beach fucking improv weekend host.
Yeah, because I'm the one keeping you guys from those spots.
No, nobody is.
That felt rude. I said that.
I
said
just
that.
moved here, dude. Fuck.
I said that thinking like, oh, that'll be funny, and then you guys didn't laugh, and I was like, I just seem like a huge dick. No,
It
you
is.
guys will
It
be
is
there.
very funny though how like I don't know, $100 worth of heroin, I could get so many spots around here.
Yeah,
There's so many comics I could wipe
Yeah.
out with some heroin.
like me, Danny, Alex, and Casso
Yeah.
with $100 of
Wait.
heroin.
I shouldn't probably talk about this on the podcast. I didn't know that one of those.
They all very openly talk about it.
Oh,
I don't
really?
feel like I'm outing anybody
I don't
by
think
saying
so either.
that.
But
They all have material about it. They all
You
talk
could
about
definitely-
it. They're all.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Not
just
on
eliminate
heroin
4
anymore.
white guys out of the pool real quick.
Yeah.
And then, oh boy,
Yeah.
Jeff's booked every night.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't like your energy right now.
Yeah,
Jeff.
dude. He's
You're
fucking feeling.
scared.
Dude,
me.
I had a near-death experience a little while.
Yeah, dude. You gotta.
Yeah, dude,
I'm
that
on the
you're-
edge, bro.
The U.S. Postal Service backed into Jeff's car going almost double digits. Like, I mean, he's scared.
Almost double digits if you
Dude,
round up.
I'm
It was
still
at
just-
3 miles an
I'm
hour.
still just so mad about her getting out and be like, you ain't see me? Like,
Yeah, I saw you. You backed into me.
my car was in park. I'm on my phone texting you like, where should I park?
Yeah.
And then you're like in the driveway. I'm like, well, now I have a situation.
Yeah. I was like, what? When I saw that text, I was like, what could have happened in the 3 minutes of him waiting to see where to park where I need to come outside and see what's going on?
You come out and like steam's coming from my engine. And there's just like a little girl in a bike tipped over. Like,
like, fuck. You're like dragging it. You're like, hurry, help.
Get the tarp.
or I'm just real nonchalant about it. You're like, what happened? I'm like, so I goofed.
Yeah. So I had a little bit of a goof.
I had a little bit of an oopsie doopsies.
I thought you were in some shit maybe with like my neighbors. I don't fucking like these neighbors at all.
I didn't see them at all, but the ones over there, nosy, Karen's.
All of them are
annoying.
nosy fucking loser. I can't. These people hate me and I hate them. To be fair, I did have a dog that killed one of their cats. But
Oh,
get over it.
He said that earlier, and I thought you were gonna take. I thought you weren't gonna explain the situation because, like, no, they hate you for a reason. He was like, yeah, we had this dog, and it like killed one of their cats or whatever. Like he like breezed by it. I was like, yeah, no, that's a reason to not
It
like
did.
you.
No, it did. My girlfriend back in the day found a dog outside of her halfway house, and she found a pit bull outside of her halfway house, so I took care of it, and it was a sweet dog, just didn't like cats very much.
makes
And
sense.
yeah, it really went after that cat, gave it a good old rag doll.
I mean, you could have used that when they got mad at you for it. You could have been like, it's a pit bull from a halfway. You're lucky it wasn't one of your kids. Just
Well, it was a string of things.
happy.
The guy leaves his garage door open a lot, and it ran into their home via the garage door and like jumped up on him. And this dog was around for a while. It wasn't vicious. It wasn't attacking human beings. But this guy's dramatic. He's one of those guys who's like, you're lucky I turned around and pulled out my 22, and you're lucky that dog was gone by then. And I was like, you were going to shoot the dog? He was like, well, yeah, he was jumping up on me. I was like, was it attacking you? And he was like, no, but strange dog in my house. It's one of those guys. It's like, I think
in his house,
yeah, you know
in
how
his yard, or in his house.
in his house, in
Okay,
his home.
Yeah, you probably shoot a dog for that, buddy.
Dude, no,
I'm kind of on Jeff's side on this.
dude,
one.
are you serious?
Yeah, we're doubling up on you here. Pal.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
You guys are psycho. Wait. You're telling me if a dog ran into your house, not attacking you, which I clarified with him. I was like, it wasn't attacking you. He's like, no.
80-pound pit bull.
No, it was a smaller, maybe 40
We starved
pounds.
it. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah. We were training it. It was in cutting season for the fights.
When it couldn't taste human, it wasn't hungry.
No, but like literally, dude, like it was like a small little like pit mix. It's like every dog you see at the pound. It wasn't a big vicious dog. It ran into his house and was jumping on him. It wasn't attacking him. And he was like, yeah, I was going to shoot it. That's crazy. That's a crazy way to react.
First of all, how dare you assume I've ever been in a pound?
Whatever, bro.
He's got a French bulldog,
yeah, you got a
dude.
French
You're
bulldog. You're a fucking loser.
Yeah,
whatever,
pussy, dude,
I've
honestly.
adopted all my dogs because I care, and
I don't care.
I know you don't give a shit, but like it's one of those people where it's just like I feel like he just wants to use his gun at any time.
You should have. You'd be like, how do you think you'd fare in a zombie apocalypse? He'd be like, amazing.
Yeah, no,
funny you should ask.
He's one of those guys, dude.
Yeah.
I would not doubt that he has double digits guns back there. Like he's just ready to use them, dude. Heaven forbid his wife walks out and accidentally sets the alarm when she comes back inside. She's dead. Like that's the kind of guy. Like that's one of those guys. And then so that happened, and then my old roommate let the dog out. The cat was walking on top of the fence, and this fucking dog got it, dude. Like got it, ragdolled it, and I guess my roommate left the dead cat in their yard. Like, dude, because what you do, bro, is that dog. You watch that dog murder that cat. That sucks. Hide the evidence.
Yeah, dude, get rid of the cat,
hide
bro.
the evidence. So they sued us, and like it was a whole thing. They sued, and our rental company covered it.
It's also just almost like a taunt, like. Your pet can't hang with mine.
Yeah, and
here's your fucking cat back.
It's also very weird that they
Like
figured it out.
like a broken Hot Wheels back to your friend's house. Like,
yeah,
I broke it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like the dead horse head in the bed. And
the Godfather,
fucking Scarface. Like here you go. It's just weird. I don't even remember how they would have figured it out. How they would have figured out that the dog murdered the cat. Probably my roommate doing some bullshit sober stuff where you're too honest. I hate that fucking shit. Listen, honesty is a great thing, but sometimes people are like, no, I have to be honest. I'm like, you don't have to tell the neighbor we killed their cat. They're gonna be pretty pissed about that, man.
Go out to the end of the driveway, you put that in a trash can.
Nobody will ever know.
Or you put it in a trash
away.
bag and you go like 6 houses down and put it in a random trash bag.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's the thing. It's like people with cats. If one just disappears, that's the laziest form of pet ownership.
This has to be a pretty dude. Cats are fast.
This dog was athletic.
This is on. Yeah,
Cats
are like
athletic
really quick. They have you said it was on a fence.
Yeah.
Boop. Other side of the fence.
This motherfucker jumped the fence,
Still.
got it off the top of the fence, and took it to the other side of the fence.
If you didn't have an obese cat, this would
this
have
dog like sandlotted this fence and got the cat. And
he free willied.
Yeah, dude, he free willied and committed murder on the way. It was wild, apparently. And my roommate had to like run out of our fence and into their backyard and get it just with enough time to watch it fucking ragdoll this cat. It's crazy, yeah.
Cats are
Dude,